You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
You know what, Gary? We don't have to go home.
What are you talking about?
I still got that cheddar I stashed in my boot. We can pick up a used ride
and stay on the trail?
Forget the trail, man. Lewis and Martin already did that. Let's blaze our own trail.
I've read and a lot of notes over the years. This is my first time actually reading this from start to finish. But just a very smart man. Very, very, very smart man.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Bayou Geeks. I'm your host, Phatty316. Sorry. Wait, what's up?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, sorry we missed them last week, due to unfortunate circumstances. But
technical difficulties,
also all kinds of shit, you name it, it checked off. But back again with me, my co-host Maximus420 G4 whatever.
Maximus G420, bro. It's not that hard. What up, everybody? How y'all doing?
More than meets the eye. But we just had some technical difficulties last week, and all the shows got canceled last week. Mainly because I got sick, and I guess I could say it now. I didn't last through ministry because no one knows we didn't talk about it last week.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, we did have a conversation, but yeah, I remember why.
And we lost the recording. If anyone needs to know, we lost the record. The recording got lost, and we were pretty fucked.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. We got a part of the show, and that was it. But it's not worth even putting up. But besides the point, I got sick. I was supposed to do one with Dirk on Guns and Geeks. We were going to cover Tombstone, and I was supposed to do that one with the first ever Bourbon Street Shots with B-Show Brian, which got fucking canceled because I was sick. So I just started feeling better around Friday, maybe Thursday. And I don't know what, I think it was the weather. The weather was, last Saturday, it was fucking cold. It was like, what the shit? And then it got all humid again.
Yeah, I was like, it was cold maybe further where you are, but it wasn't that bad here. It was fine.
Saturday night?
I didn't go out. I don't go outside.
Oh, it was cold and breezy.
No, bro. I stay inside my house, bro. I open my door, let my dogs out.
Fuck the sinuses all up. And I was like all fucked up all week.
Yeah, that sounds great in my ear. Yeah, keep on doing that.
Wow, what I sound like when my old lady's here when I'm sleeping next to her.
That's fine. I'm not your old lady.
The smoke is part.
That's my favorite question when people ask me, "Do you smoke?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?"
Yeah, it's like, damn, I'm really trying to push it to the grave quick, huh? Yeah. Cigarettes and the Mary Jane,
the devil's lettuce.
Yeah. It was Grady would say on Sanford Son, the wild parsley.
That's the old one, man. Those kids have to Google that shit.
That's one of my favorite shows of all time, Sanford and Son. I love Rollo. Rollo was my favorite character. In the white cop. White cop trying to be black or talk black. That shit was great.
Dude, I just loved Red Fox. That's where I first saw him, and then I realized that he actually had comedy albums, because they had albums back in the day before they had, specials that were on tape. So I heard a couple of his albums, him and like Richard Pryor, and boy, they're funny and they're dirty as hell. And I should not have been listening to him at the age I was.
Oh, they were way before their time, especially Red Fox. I mean, he was the first Richard Pryor. He started it all, him.
Yeah, I believe with that, 100%. that lineage goes there.
I mean, they started that record genre. I mean, Red Fox. I mean, how many other comedians? I mean, the only other one I could think of that really had like big comedy records would have been like shit. Eddie Murphy, of course.
Richard Pryor, George Carlin.
I was gonna say George Carlin.
George Carlin was another one too. He was another one that I loved. I
You
loved
didn't
him.
get a lot of comedy artists that sold records, and they were the ones that could do it. I mean, I know a lot of other ones do, but you got to have something to actually do it. Andrew Dice Clay, I think, did too.
You think? Yeah, I think he did, but he was more of our generation than like back before we were babies, and that wasn't even that big of a thing then either.
Andrew Dice Clay changed the game. Him.
Hickory dickory dock.
Well, yeah, that motherfucker he wasn't selling out theaters. He was selling out arenas.
Yeah, he was doing Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart was doing Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I mean, no one was selling out arenas for comedy. He was the only one. The only one I think that could have probably even came close was Eddie Murphy. And Eddie Murphy was done by that point with stand-up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he just started doing movies.
Delirious. One of the probably, if not the greatest stand-up of all time.
Yeah, I think I like Delirious more than I like Raw, but looking back at both of them, ooh, it was not. They're not the greatest. Like as far as language and political correctness of it.
That's not my problem. They make me laugh.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, what I'm supposed to do? They
Oh,
were
nothing.
funny.
We can't go back.
They're jokes.
Can't go back.
That's the whole point. They're jokes. I mean, they're jokes. They're jokes.
Yeah. Speaking of jokes, how about what's going on in Hollywood? Nobody's going to be writing any jokes anytime soon.
Well, maybe they should write better shit.
No, you know what it's about, though, right? The whole strike.
There's so many reasons beyond it.
Well, the biggest one is like it's the most popular one, which is always it's they don't get paid enough money. The industry makes like $2 billion a year. They get maybe not even a 0.2% of what that money is.
But the problem is that Hollywood's losing money. Hollywood's not making money. Hollywood's losing money. And they think the money grows on trees, apparently, but they're not pulling in what they used to, and they want more and more. It's like anything else. You want more from something that you can't get it from, or they can't produce it, but yet they got to keep producing it somehow.
Yeah, well, that and then the streaming thing where now they're getting hired for what used to be a job that's going to pay you 30 weeks out of the 52 weeks in a year, which that's pretty good year still, But now it's like here you got 17 weeks to do a 8-episode, series, and that's it, or a 10-episode series. And it's like, well, there's still like a lot more time in the year to make some more money, but I can't because there's no job for it because everything's taking a month and a half, 2 months. That's it. That's all we're doing. You're like, oh, this sounds fun. This seems fair.
I mean, I see the thing with a lot of the shit, like with Disney Star Wars. I mean, if anybody's listening to podcasts knows that I am fucking so anti Disney Star Wars. I hate it.
You were on the bandwagon for a little bit, and then
The
everything
Disney
went to
stuff.
shit.
Well, Mandalorian, I thought that was the New Hope. That was supposed to be the thing that was supposed to save it all. Look, when it comes to Disney stuff, I know you and me have never gotten into the Star Wars conversation, like me and Jeff did. When it comes to Disney Star Wars, when Rogue One came out, that was after the Force Awakens. Okay, let me start with the Force Awakens. My opinion on that. It was great when I first saw it. I got excited. Oh, we're gonna see the original people. 30, it's been 30-something years. Fucking great. Walked out that bitch, hyped as the fuck. Went seeing it opening night. I've had my tickets bought in 6 months in advance. I got home, thought about it, and like, did I just watch the original Star Wars when I thought about it? And it really dawned on me, it's like, that movie wasn't that good at all. To kill Han Solo like a bitch.
Yeah, by his own son.
We never
Spoiler
got
alert.
to see the original fucking crew together, or the gang together. That was a mistake, which that could
Editorial,
later.
Decisions.
We didn't get Luke Skywalker into the very fucking end with this fucking look on his face. It just wasn't good story wise. It had potential, but it was just like watching A New Hope all over again. Just 30 years after the original. You know, it's like
They had to do what they had to do. He had to try to finish it out. That's all, bro. So
finish what out?
finish out the series.
What's there? I'm talking about the original movie. I mean, the Force Awakens movie, the first Star Wars movie with Rey, and that's what I'm talking about. Then they brought out Rogue One, which I thought had potential. I love Rogue One. It looked like a Star Wars movie. Then they went into The Last Jedi. I don't even think I've watched the movie completely through. I just got so disgusted with it. I've never even seen the Rise of Skywalker. Never watched them.
I think I've seen all of them. I just don't remember them too much. Like I like Star Wars and I follow some of the storylines, but I never got into any of the stuff on Disney, like The Mandalorian.
You bring back the Emperor. That was like a slap in the face. You
Yeah,
just ruined the whole arc of Darth Vader. Just ruined it, completely. Just shot it out the fucking water.
That's what they wanted to do, bro. What are you gonna do?
Exactly what they wanted to fucking do. They want to make Rey, like I hear on YouTube, the bestest ever. And that's what think about it. Look at Rey compared to Luke Skywalker through the 3 movies. Luke had to go through trials and tribulations. Rey was just good. She didn't have to go through shit. Some people gave her advice, but that was it. She was already good at everything. Never didn't have to earn shit. Just was never lost a fight.
She was a natural, bro. It's like Ted Williams, man. He's just gonna bat
I'm sure
400.
Ted Williams. I'm sure he struck out once or twice.
Not very often, bro.
But I'm sure he did it once or twice. I mean,
and then he flew some planes over the Pacific in World War II.
And that's why they got his head frozen somewhere.
It's underneath Disney with Walt.
I'm sure it is. I know it. I remember that's true.
Oh, I know.
With the Ted Williams.
Yeah, no, I don't. Is it at Disney though? I don't know if it's actually at Disney, but they do have it somewhere. There is some cryogenic chamber that has his head frozen, which is just weird to think about.
Because I remember after he's died, it was like a big thing and shit.
Oh yeah, I remember. I was watching a podcast or I heard one the other day, and they had like the great granddaughter of Ted Williams, and she was talking about how like it was really weird, or maybe it was a great grandson. They were just talking about how weird it was that like, no, his head's somewhere frozen. Like we know it is. Like it's still a contention in the family where some of us are like, no, he should like be buried, like not just his head frozen somewhere. And the family's like, this is what he wanted to do. So this is what he wanted to do. What are you gonna do? And I'm like, you got to kind of respect his wishes, bro. It's if that's literally your last wish, it's like that's what you got to do. Like, some people want their ashes spread somewhere. Some people are like, just donate my body to science. Burn the rest. Just put me in a little bag somewhere. Hide me in the back of the closet.
So what do you think about the writer's strike? I mean, we kind of got off topic and went to Star Wars, but go ahead.
I don't know. Well, yeah, no, I just think the biggest thing is just it's always like it is, man. The big corporations of all the studios, they're going to make all this money. They're going to pay the writers as little as possible, and it sucks for them because they make a lot of good stuff. Like you get those. Like I love watching certain shows. I don't watch them necessarily on network TV anymore because all the streaming platforms. But my girl and I, we love watching like Law and Order and like SVU and Organized Crime and all the Chicago's. Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD. Like those are shows that are some of the few shows that are still around out there that still do the week to week thing. Where so many other shows that we watch are all just basically only on streaming. You're not going to find them on a regular network show. But yeah, they're getting paid to do the same job in a lot less time and then a lot less money because, paying an agent, paying this tax, paying that tax. They live in LA or California just in general. The taxes out there got to be fucking ridiculous. I couldn't even imagine.
It's insane.
I could not even imagine living out there, bro.
It's insane. But then again, you choose to live that. I mean, that's a choice, You want to be a writer, you got to live in Hollywood. Well, and God bless you if you got to live in fucking LA and shit now.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
I don't think I could live anywhere in California unless it's outside of California somewhere or the big cities. Dude,
oh yeah,
that place is just going to hell. It's crazy.
I could see us go living up in northern California with the hemp triangle up there. Those 3 counties where all the weeds grow.
You don't hear much on San Diego. I mean, when I went to San Diego, it was like the cleanest city I've ever been in my whole life.
That's what a lot of people have told me.
And it was like nothing on the streets, nothing. I was like smoking a cigarette. I was scared to put the ash on the fucking
I was gonna
ground.
say,
Dude.
you felt like, man, I feel like I'm breaking the law if I
But they
just
had
put
ashtrays and shit along the street and shit. So
yeah,
it was
pop the
cool.
cherry off and just fold it up and put it in your pocket.
Yeah, it was like the streets were clean, man. Even the homeless were like under trees reading books, being productive at least. It's like what the
It's like he's like, is he teaching an art class? Are they
Yeah,
doing
right.
yoga?
Yeah,
What's
right.
going on with all those homeless people? And
right?
I've heard that that's supposed to be out of like most of the cities in the U.S. It's one of the best climates all time, like all year round.
Dude,
And
that
then Mexico's
public,
right there, so you get you got all your cheap drugs and whatnot just across the border, 20 minutes
dude,
down the
their
road.
public transportation is like phenomenal, dude. It's like it's a train, pretty much a train.
Mhm.
And you got to buy the ticket at the little hub with your card or something. And
Yeah.
you get on the train and you just hold on to that. There's no guarantee you'll ever have to present it unless a transit cop's on a thing. Not one time we went San Diego because we would have Comic-Con. Not one train. I could have rode for fucking free the whole time. We even took this fucking train down the I guess it's called like Old San Diego. And it's like
You sound like Ron Burgundy then.
well, no, it was like it's like a Mexican town, and it's crazy because there's like houses on these hills and shit, and it's like close to the border. And we went ate there, and they're like, you go there and I like the combination plate is what I got, right? It was like $9, and I'm thinking, yeah, cool. This fucking plate was like a fucking tray, dude, and it's like a burrito that's fucking big. 4 tacos, beans, rice, every fucking thing you can ask for.
That sounds
like,
about right, bro.
holy
That sounds
fuck,
about right.
And
So,
it was
yeah.
like good too. It wasn't crappy shit.
And we go off on some tangents. We're talking about LA and writers, and now we're talking about San Diego and an old town called Old San Diego.
Wait, you want to know what's funny about that? Actually,
Eating a combination plate with burritos and 4 tacos.
Wait,
it's a tray that's like this big.
This had something to do with someone when I was in that little town when we went. I went to a shop and guess who I bought a luchador mask for?
Who?
Little Mike.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh,
You
he
got him
loved
one?
it, dude. He loved it when I brought it back.
Hell yeah. Our little Rey
That's
Mysterio.
back in the early day. That's when me and him went to the sports store together.
Oh my God.
And
Little Rey
he
Mysterio.
he loved it, dude. I think he still has it too. He loved
that's
it,
funny.
man.
I'd love a luchador mask.
I
I
said
got
was
the
gonna
hair
bring
for
back
it.
some.
My hair's nice and short, so that makes it easy.
Dude, in that town, they were everywhere. I could have.
Oh, I can imagine.
Dirt cheap, like $10. I was like, I had to. I was like, I knew he'd love it of all people.
Oh shit, man.
But yeah, I had a blast. But yeah, it was very clean. But back to the writer's strike, of course.
Yeah.
Kinda
No,
done.
it's gonna suck. We're not gonna see any of it now. Like I don't know what series you're watching
No,
or
I don't
anything like
watch
that, but any series that are coming on now, usually all these finales that are coming up have already been in the books. They've already been in the can or what, like as they say. And we won't see it until like probably next season if they don't finish the strike soon.
We
won't see any new. It'll be all back to reruns of whatever the hell on network TV, which I don't really watch. But
Well, a lot of
streaming
shit's
services are
crap.
going to get hit too.
A lot of
well,
shit's crap anyway. Now, I'm glad we'll get the last season of Cobra Kai. I don't know if you're a Cobra Kai fan.
Oh, dude, no. Me and Chris watch that shit all the time.
Oh
Love
yeah,
watching that
I
show.
do. It's crazy because I like watched it from day one on
Yeah, me too.
YouTube, and I got YouTube Red just for that, and because I was like, I got to see this shit, and fell in love with it because I was
Oh,
always
you didn't watch
Johnny
it on
fan.
Netflix?
No, now I do, but no, I mean no, I'm talking about when it was on YouTube originally. It was a YouTube show. It started as a YouTube show.
Oh shit, really? I thought it was.
Yeah,
only on
I mean,
Netflix.
like when, dude, it goes back when me and Mike first moved here. That first year, that's when it came on. It was on YouTube for the first 2 or 3 seasons, and you had to get the YouTube Red to get him. So I just watch them all in YouTube Red, and it was so big on YouTube, Netflix bought it. But the only agreement was Netflix would have to keep the guys who wrote it and directed it, and that's why it's still good. Because if they would have gotten their paws into it, it would have been fucked.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good show.
We're getting season 6. I'm glad too because it's like shit. I hope this ain't the last season. Kind of didn't end good.
No, I think it is. I think I seen somewhere.
No, I'm talking about the last season because they were thinking just
that...
to end it there, but it was like Kreese escaped. I want to see what's going to happen there.
Me too.
Because now you need an antagonist for the next season, but who's left? Unless Terry's still a threat. I'd still think
he might
he's still
be
in the play.
It's like he's just going. He might not be going to jail for a long time. Who knows? He might have some dirt on some politician or something somewhere, and they pull some strings because he's got tons of money. So
Yeah, I truly believe that he's got to come back into play because there's really no one left. I mean, unless we see like me, but what's bad guy? There's no bad guys left. Everybody's like on the same page except Kreese and actually Kreese may be on their side now.
I think he's still on his own side. I've always thought that when that movie with that show, like I thought, regardless of what decisions he made, he was always looking out for number one.
I think he's going to redeem himself. I think it's going to be Johnny. It kind of makes sense.
Well, he looks at him like a son, bro. He didn't want Johnny getting,
you notice when it comes to Johnny, that's when he kind of gets that soft heart, And
of course, because he sees himself in Johnny, bro. It's a classic, bro. It's a classic. It works. It's like the recipe works. Let's not change it.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad Miguel and Johnny's son finally, because that shit was getting ridiculous for them.
Oh yeah, when he
like y'all too, like a bunch of girls. Stop.
That was crazy though. That school fight scene was still like such a crazy scene. They kicked them off the fucking thing and kicked them off the balcony. I was like,
the fight scenes have been crazy.
Oh, they're all when they jumped the dojo where
when they went to the house.
Oh, that was not good either. That was a fun one. Yeah, there's been a lot of fight scenes for these kids, bro. Like, I don't get it. Watching all these like shows of these teenagers, it's like, bro, I don't remember being like this. I don't remember being so brazen to take six of my friends and go to a friend that I don't like's house and just start tearing up their fucking house and fighting with them at a party. Bro, I don't remember doing that, man.
When John Draper came on, when we were talking about Cobra Kai, he made a good point. It's like you gotta just kind of let go because he's like, that's some crazy shit. Kids go join karate school and 2 weeks later they're ninjas.
It's money well spent though.
It's like then
money
they're
well
fighting in
spent.
malls and shit. You just gotta subvert your beliefs or whatever fuck it's called. No,
suspend your belief.
Suspend your beliefs. Yeah,
because
like, you just got to do that. It's like you're right.
Beginning of this semester, they're a white belt. End of the semester, they're
ninjas. They're ninjas.
Stars,
black belts.
Just popping out of ceilings and shit.
That's next season. You're gonna see them dressed up as ninjas and shit.
Have grappling hooks,
right? I mean,
like samurai showdowns on Sundays. Did you guys have that down here? Samurai showdown?
No.
Like on the the high channels, like the UHF channels, like 65, 66 or some shit like that. Like it was like regular cable. Like
no, but what was the show?
It was just called Samurai Showdown, and it was basically just a bunch of Japanese badly dubbed over English.
Oh yeah, of course. It was on USA Network every Sunday morning. Yeah.
See, when I was growing up, there was no USA. Like USA Network wasn't on. It was some like shitty local channel. Just like you guys know what WGN was down here.
To be honest, I mean, it was probably on a few different things too. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, I could imagine. I'm just saying, that's what it was up there, up in Chi-Town. That's what it was. So it was just, but yeah, that was something.
WGN.
Yeah, Well, I know a lot of people know about WGN because they were one of the first.
You had cable, you had it.
Yeah,
and that's how I became a Jordan fan or a Bulls fan because of WGN.
Yeah, I always had the Cubs on there and Harry.
I never watched baseball.
I used to love baseball. I used to love going.
Well, we didn't have
talked about before.
So there was really the interest, like for major league, watching unless you were like a Cubs fan, a Yankees fan, or something like that.
Braves fans and Houston Astros fans too.
When I played for the A's on my team, I think I was about 10. I started following the A's, and like a year later, that's when they all started. That's when we started getting the A's of the 90s or the early, late 80s, early 90s. It's like, damn, it was a good time to be a fucking A's fan. Shit.
Yeah, they had a lot of good players on there. Seiko, McGuire, Ricky Henderson, still the stolen base leader. Nobody's ever going to catch him.
Bob Becker.
Yeah.
The pitcher. The mustache with the big mustache and shit. Yeah, that team was fucking loaded.
Yeah, they were pretty good. The original Bash brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Jose Canseco trying to catch a ball and hit him in the head. Bounces off his head, goes for a home run.
That was the time of the Bad Boys Pistons playing the Lakers. It seemed like every fucking year.
I think it was like 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
and then when the Bulls actually finally beat the Pistons in like a conference final or something, that's when the Bulls won. And because once we beat the Pistons, we knew that was it. Nobody's gonna stop us. We had to get through them because they were always having problems. I was just watching highlights the other day of what it used to get a technical foul was back in the day, where these motherfuckers literally rolling up, swinging, throwing lefts and rights, just haymakers coming out of nowhere on the court, and they're just like, that's a technical foul. Now you get kicked out, suspended for 6 games, $750,000 fine.
You could just talk smack and get suspended for a fucking.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's ridiculous now.
You say the wrong word, bro.
No, wait, it's even going a step further. The players are getting fans thrown out because the fans are talking smack.
Well, it does, unfortunately, it does say if you look on any sports ticket, football, basketball, baseball, they have the right to refuse to leave the stadium if you don't follow certain conduct, whatever their I know it's a game. You're supposed to be able to talk trash. Yeah.
Talk trash. I mean,
I'm gonna get kicked out. I'm gonna get kicked out because Kyrie Irving is got butt hurt because I said that he's got no handles.
Yeah,
it's obviously a lie. It's obviously a lie. He's got to handle, but I got to talk trash to him about something.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous with athletes. I mean, I think the separation between celebrities and like regular people, it's just gotten to get even further and further apart. And it's going to hurt them in the long run. It's not going to hurt us. It's going to hurt them. I mean, we're not the ones. I mean, we're the ones flipping the bill, and they still too stupid to realize it.
Yeah, well, no, not all of them. Just some of them just have their egos just too big, so you can't. What are you gonna do?
I feel sorry for the future ones because I've said it again and I'll say it. Well, I said it once and I'll say it again. I think professional sports is on a decline. People don't believe me, but it is. The next generations are not going to take it as serious as like we are. And
I don't know,
each
bro.
generation is going to flip. It's going to get more unpopular by each generation. Nothing can stay the same forever, man.
Oh, I know it's not going to be forever. But I don't know. There's just certain aspects of certain sports. Like, look, like right now, there's the NBA playoffs and the hockey playoffs going on. Have you ever got into hockey?
Not only in World Cup or like Olympics or like, pretty much Olympics. That's the only time I've ever really watched it.
Well, growing up in Chicago, hockey's a big thing. But those are one of the best playoffs. But the other one that's a really great playoffs is, basketball.
Yeah, y'all got a cool team, man, and a cool jersey, the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I know, and nobody cares about the name, and even all the Native Americans in Illinois don't give a shit.
I think it's fucking great.
Fun. It's a beautiful.
I love it. I love that jersey. It's one of the best ones. I mean, between y'all, Detroit, and who's another good one? Why is slipping my mind? The Jersey, maybe the Devils. Who I'm thinking of. No, the Kings because of Gretzky.
That's an old, that's a classic.
That black one, that black one,
the black and silver, just like the Raiders, bro.
Yeah,
like the Raiders. Remember when the Raiders and the Kings used to actually be in the same spot?
Mm-hmm.
Not no more. But yeah, bro, like watching the playoffs now, the athletes are different though than what we were. There's some of them that you could tell, definitely looking at them and seeing how their game is, that they wouldn't be able to take getting hand checked from the second they got the ball, all 94 feet. It's just not
one more
happen.
Jersey, the Penguins, the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's cool. I like that. That's
like
a classic
Penguins.
one too.
I like Lemieux and all of them guys on there, but
what about Sidney Crosby?
Yeah, Sid the Kid. He's good too. He's getting old now too. He's not even Sid the Kid.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's funny watching all these guys. It's like all the time. Look, bro, all of our favorite guys are all old, are super old because they were young when we were little, and they're still doing the same shit.
Think about this. I know I hate to say this motherfucker's name. It's gonna make me sick. But we've literally watched LeBron James grow and become a fucking jerk off. But that's my opinion.
And that's a whole nother thing. That's an ego thing, bro. That's all it is. Maybe he actually is a really nice guy, but how
am
I supposed to
know? Over there, Gary?
I just finished, just some whatever I got. I don't have the name for it, but yeah.
Let me do my favorite LeBron James quote. Derek, this is dedicated to you because I've done this for him. LeBron, what you think about that Malcolm X book? He was smart, good man, very smart. Okay, thank you.
what does he got to recite word for word for you, bro? Jesus Christ. Dude. Don't get me wrong, bro. I'll never consider LeBron to be the GOAT. Like, he's not the GOAT. It's MJ. It's always, I hate
motherfuckers that who act intelligent, who really aren't intelligent at all.
Well, we don't really know, bro. He might have just caught
That
him off
dude
ground.
is not intelligent whatsoever. He's been pampered from 16 years old. He just never had to use his brain.
That's not true.
Bro, athletes.
He's had to been smart enough to pick the right people to help him with whatever he's got to help him. Like all the guys that are around him have been around him for a long time.
Fuck, one of my
And
friends. Go ahead. I'll tell you this.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say one of my favorite moments from an athlete. It was the Hall of Fame about 10 years ago, the NFL Hall of Fame, and finally the Saints were getting the Hall of Fame, and I want to say Willie Roaf was already in. He was out first, but Ricky Jackson, the great fucking Ricky Jackson's going to
Ricky
the Hall
Jackson,
of Fame.
yeah.
This motherfucker goes up to the podium, and he has a towel because I guess he's sweating like a fucking pig, and he just puts his arm on the podium and starts leaning on it. Next thing he's talking about his hometown and fried catfish and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is he up there talking about? And he's not an intelligent fucking person whatsoever. I can promise you, I've met the man in person, done business with him, and did business with him once, and we never did it again with him. And that's how bad it went. That's all I'll say.
Wow. Okay. I guess what they say is true. You don't want to always meet your idols, huh? Don't want to meet your heroes.
Dude, that was the second time in my life I met Ricky Jackson. He came when I was working at the sports store. And like I said, we did some things for him and we never did anything after that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you off air because I don't want to, I mean, it's just like years old, almost 20 years old, but
yeah, don't want to get sued. It's not like they're going to get anything from me anyway.
yeah, knowing that motherfucker, he tried to sue me too because he's so fucking broke.
Can't squeeze blood from a rock, man.
That's all I can say about that. For real. But yeah, bro, go back and look at it on YouTube. The motherfucker's just leaning on the fucking podium like this with his elbow and talking about fried catfish. It's like, what the fuck?
Maybe he was hungry. Now it makes me feel like I want some fried catfish. Yeah, I would love some. I'd go for some fried catfish right now. I'm
As a Saints fan, I'm just like, oh. It's like, can this shit, we finally get one, well, we had Willie Roaf go in. But
well, we're gonna get Drew. He's gonna get in there.
No, Drew's going. There's gonna be a couple of them that's gonna go in. I think Morton Anderson went in too. Think he
hope so. He's one of the best kickers ever. Even though he went to Atlanta too. Didn't he go to Atlanta after he left here?
I want to say yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
He was more well known down here though. I mean, he was like worshipped down here because at one point he was the best player on the fucking team for many years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's about right too.
He was the most dependable. It's like if you needed some points, you knew he was going to do it.
Points guy every week. We would have had blownouts every week if it wasn't for Morton Anderson. Jeez, I mean, he was so loved down here. They gave him his own little show, like this little in studio show every week for about 6 months.
Really?
Maybe
that's
longer.
funny.
Yeah. You think any other player got that shit? Fuck no. It wasn't until like maybe the 88, 89 when you start seeing some good players come out and Bobby Abad, starting to do well. Then you had the Dome Patrol and shit like that. But yeah, before that was all Morton Anderson. That's all we had was Morton Anderson.
Speaking of Bobby Hebert, you ever eat there at Hebert's?
A couple times.
How you like it? I've only eaten there once when it first opened, and I'm not like I didn't find it that great. But I've only been there once, and that was like I said when it first opened it out there.
I've been there twice. I had no complaints.
Okay.
I think if it was like when they first opened, they were probably still trying to find their legs.
Well, it wasn't even the price; it was just the quality of the food. But people have told me they've gone there multiple times since they first opened, and they were like, "No, it's gotten so much better."
Yeah, they would try to find young cooks. I mean, trying to get it right. Yeah, it could. I mean, it could be a lot of facts, especially when you open a restaurant.
That's one of the fields I would never want to get into.
I've been asked that question because I used to do it.
Yeah. No.
If I can own it, yeah.
No, even I wouldn't want that headache, bro. That headache. Oh no. You'd have to have somebody running the front of the house for you.
Honestly, you know what? This God honest truth. I've said I'd go back into the industry if I can go there, cook, and leave. If I didn't have to do no prepping. Oh, actually, prepping don't even bother me. No cleaning. If I didn't have to clean at the end of the night, I'll go back right the fuck now. Any restaurant hire me.
You're like, yes,
good.
chef.
I'm good. Chef. I used to be fucking good, dude. But yeah, never again. The cleanup. That's no.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not a big fan of cleanup either. I like cooking though. That
And
is
you
something.
get in too much trouble too.
Yeah.
Restaurant industry, you just get in too much fucking trouble.
Yeah, I've had some wild stories from back then.
You do. I mean, especially if you're on a night. It's not so much the day crew; it's the night crew. And you start hanging out, and
Yep, go have a beer at midnight after shift because
yeah,
some dumbass customer showed up at 9:58 and you close at 10. And you're like, this is some bullshit.
and after about a couple months of that, next thing you know, you got a fucking waitress's your cock's in your waitress's mouth in a parking lot somewhere after a night of drinking.
It just fell. It fell out, babe. I don't know what happened. It fell out right in her mouth.
Yeah, it's just
You can't even say that. You're just like,
doing bad shit, illegal things,
yeah. Bad habits form quickly working a night shift at a restaurant.
Yeah, nothing good happens on a night shift at a restaurant. That's why I always tell people, watch the movie Waiting. Everything you see in that movie is fucking true.
Yeah, that's a good movie to
Everything.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate movie.
Except the little game they were playing. You may have had your games, but I don't remember anything that fucking extreme. Like showing your dick and balls and your ass. And
no, I didn't have any of those. The one that was the most common is like always trying to say like words when you're reading a menu or talking to the to the patrons.
No,
Try to say
everything
something.
was true. Everything in that fucking movie, even up to the dishwasher. I don't want to sound racist. The black dishwasher, older black dishwasher. That shit true. There was always an older black guy dishwasher who had his cigarettes, and you fucking your girl, aren't you? That'd be good to that girl. She's a good one. And that's like, holy shit, that shit true in a motherfucker. That shit true.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. Oh shit, man. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better this week too, bro, because this week's been a rough one. How'd you celebrate May the 4th this year? Do anything special?
Not really. I don't celebrate that shit. I'm not a Star Wars fucking nerd. Yeah, I'm not one of them diehards.
I'm not a nerd. I don't have a Darth Vader life-size statue behind me. Not at all.
That's just a lifelong dream.
Yeah,
that's all.
But I am not. Just because I have a Lego Death Star doesn't mean
I don't have a Lego Death Star.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, hell no, I wouldn't. I'm too cheap to buy that shit.
They are pretty cool though. Have you seen all them damn Lego things?
Yeah, they got the AT-AT. If I buy one, it's gonna be the AT-AT Walker.
But oh yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that? I got the real AT-AT up there. I mean, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that thing?
It's because they're Legos, bro. Legos are cool. They're making a comeback. That's another thing that I didn't think would ever come back like it did. Oh, dude, because they have the licensing for everything now. Like I don't remember seeing Lego flowers how they are now. Now there's literally little pieces that look like leaves. And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I remember the flowers back in the day.
Yeah, but they were cheap. Like just one piece was a flower versus now where you can literally build a flower with all the little pieces. It's much different, much more intricate than you would have ever thought.
I like those simple with the yellow heads and everything. It was.
Oh yeah, change the little hats on them.
Yeah.
Like they had the little hands that were just like this, so you could just put stuff in them because
the clamp hands.
Yeah,
you can take the hands out too, but like look at like some Iron Man shit.
I remember I used to have like a gas station one of those, and the little guy had like a little hammer, had like a little drill, but I always said it was a gun.
I had the race car track. It was like the camera set and the little stands, and it was like one of those planks on one of the street things. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Where you put it on. And it was
I know exactly.
It was that big, and it was just like the finishing line of the race car track.
Yeah,
I had friends that had a lot of that shit too, because that shit was expensive back then too.
Oh yeah, it's always
not
expensive.
cheap.
No. And the Star Wars ones, I think, are one of the oldest ones of like as far as their licensing is concerned.
I don't even remember.
I remember seeing those when I was little, so I was like, it wasn't as intricate as it is now, but bro, there was a lot.
Well,
I also used to have a lot of that stuff too. Anyway, so.
Well, back in our day, we had Zach and Mac. They were the Lego Maniacs. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh my god, we were so cheesy.
Hey, I still say, cheesy. Hey, the Mortal Kombat commercial for the video game for the home consoles is still one of the greatest commercials of all time.
I haven't seen that commercial.
Oh, fuck. You want to watch it?
Sure, pull it up.
Let's
I'd
pull
love
it
to
up.
see it.
Oh, it's
That'd-
so good, dude. I'd go buy a video game if I saw this today, and it just shows you how great our fucking generation was, because how cool we were. It really is.
Welcome to the Bayou Geeks, where our generation was greater than yours.
Pretty much. This commercial sums it up. Let's see. Share the screen.
Let's see what's going on here.
Wait, I gotta make sure I share the sound. All right. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh my God. Yep. Sega Genesis, baby.
Hard to believe this was 30 years ago.
Considering what the graphics are now. Oh, bro, that was crazy. I forgot that commercial. As soon as it came on, the kid standing in the street yelling out Mortal Kombat. I was like, oh, I remember this now. Oh my God.
Tell me that
That's-
wasn't great, man.
Oh man, I used to love that. The funny part is I actually got that on my PS5, got like Mortal Kombat like 10 or 11 or some shit. And the graphics on them and like the fatalities and all the damn different, finishing moves they got. It's so fucking fun, dude. It's still fun playing that.
Speaking of throwbacks, it was confirmed by Warner Brothers this week that Beetlejuice 2 is going to happen.
This is going to be interesting. Is Michael Keaton still playing Beetlejuice?
Everybody's coming back. The only one,
Winona Ryder too.
the only two people that aren't coming back is the one that played Otho. He died. He
Okay,
died.
that guy. The
He
guy,
died
right?
like in around 2000. And Jeffrey, the one that played Mr. Rooney in Ferris Bueller, the one that played Lydia's dad.
Okay.
He got in
that guy,
trouble.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about, yeah.
he got in trouble like in the mid 2000s for kiddie porn and shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, it was.
He looked like a guy like that, but then I was just like, maybe he just looks like that.
It came out like, oh shit,
Damn, that's sad.
like
I
mid
didn't realize that.
2000s and shit. Yeah,
That's not good.
They never really said the severity of it, so I don't remember ever hearing details. Maybe you can find it now, but I've never looked them up to see how serious it was.
That's that's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah,
That's nutty. Well, yeah, that's
so.
pretty
But
cool, man.
everybody is
I love
coming back
Beetlejuice.
outside of those people.
love Beetlejuice.
And Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's not coming back. Gina Davis, I think, is supposed to be coming back. Gina Davis is coming back.
That's good. I love her.
Old girl. Oh fuck, why can't I think?
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder, and the one that played the stepmom is supposed to be coming back, and Johnny Depp's supposed to be in it. Of course, Tim Burton movie.
Well, Tim Burton loves Johnny Depp.
Of
Are
course,
you kidding me? Come on, like that's his favorite guy.
right? So yeah, and Michael Keaton. It's going to be easy for Michael Keaton because it's going to be the makeup. So I don't see him not looking the same.
And I heard he's actually pretty good too. Michael Keaton is in that new Flash that's coming out.
Oh, with the Batman.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, the new Flash movie that's coming
Well,
out.
yeah. He's Batman again.
Yeah. But but then there's a whole bunch of then I started like reading some articles about that new Flash and then like the whole character, Ezra, whatever the hell his last name
Oh,
is.
he's an insane psychopath.
Yeah, something to that
Ezra Miller.
effect.
Yeah, he had a cult. This dude's been seriously protected. Big time.
Yeah. I was reading some articles.
I mean,
it was like I started to read and I was just like, I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to read anymore.
I think that he's only on until after this movie's released. I think they're gonna let him go. I really do. I mean, it's more to this shit, but yeah, he's fucked up in the head, dude.
Yeah, and the same thing with the guy from who's in there too. I forgot what his name is. He plays Kang.
Oh yeah, he's in trouble. Yeah, but that's another fucked up. I haven't watched.
That's what I'm saying
because I've been, I follow all this
movies.
shit, so I know what's going on with that.
Yeah, no, I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Kang.
Yeah, I know. I can't either for some fucking reason.
But yeah, that was like what? I was like, oh, I'm like this is just as bad as the other one. I'm like, holy shit. But it's like, yeah, it is what it is, bro. Hollywood. But yeah, I
Mhm.
want to see Beetlejuice too, bro. That sounds fun. The first one was so fun. It was such a fun movie. It was like it's just so fun. I don't know.
I hope
Just fun.
they do it like the relationship with Lydia and Beetlejuice is like the cartoon.
Oh, that was fun.
I
Man, I haven't
hope
seen
I
the
hope the
cartoon.
relationship is like that between them, where it's more like a friendship instead of a fucking him coming back to. I don't think I think it'd be more fun that way because a lot of people after the cartoon came out is like, yeah, I think they'd be cool like that. Them two, I could see them getting along. Them two, it would make sense. And I
Yeah.
think that's what they ought to do, make it more like the cartoon story. Like how they, like I said, with their relationship anyway.
Well, we'll see, bro. We'll see how it goes. You know how these guys get a hair up their ass and they want to go in a certain direction and or have a certain feel or a certain,
Because
you
if you
know.
think about it like this. Over the years, everybody wanted a Beetlejuice 2 movie, and they always wanted it with Winona Ryder. So why? Because of the cartoon. They always kind of went hand in hand now after the cartoon came out, her and
Oh
him.
yeah.
And that's why I think you need to make them a team instead of like, rivals and shit. I think it'd be a better movie.
Yeah. It's like it's not like some shows like say Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo's always been the same characters, but there was never like a live action one that was the best one. The cartoon version, original one, was probably the best one. All these new ones now, have you seen some of them? They're
What
fucking weird,
the
bro.
cartoons?
Yeah, like some of the weird, like the new
Oh,
Scooby Doo.
I
It's
don't have to.
strange.
Yeah, I've already know about Thelma on HBO Max. That's a hot trash.
Yeah, no, I don't know about. I've heard about that, but I've never
Oh,
watched
dude,
it. I
don't
didn't even know it
watch
was
it.
a thing.
It's
Yeah,
just it's not even Scooby Doo. It's more like the characters from Scooby Doo doing something completely different than Scooby fucking Doo. Yeah,
uh,
it's like that. It's
it's
just
the
like the people in name, and that's
yeah,
it.
it's a
And their
21st
look,
century retelling of
pretty much,
Scooby Doo.
pretty much. And it's got all the basic tropes in it too. And it's like, no, good.
Well, it is what it is, bro. Yeah, what are you gonna do? But yeah, Beetlejuice 2 sounds like it's gonna be fun. I hope it's fun, bro. I think it brings me back to that same kind of nostalgia of like the first one because there's just so many. It's like when they were doing the dance in the dining room, they were getting ready to eat, and the shrimp hams came up and grabbed
I think it
everybody's
will.
faces.
I
That was
think it
fun.
will, because I think, especially like we're going back, if we can go back to the writers thing, I think Hollywood's like a lot of these people are starting to wake the fuck up and like, look, all right, we tried to do this shit one way, didn't work. We need to go back to the other fucking way. We tried to pander and cater, didn't work. So guess what? We got to go back to the other way now. I mean, fuck, if they didn't, I wouldn't have this show right the fuck now. Honestly, that's the whole reason I started this shit was to bitch and gripe about the shit they fucked up.
Yeah, well,
You
you got
know,
a lot of bitching and griping left to do because ain't nothing ever
I
gonna
don't
get
believe you
fixed.
take someone else's fucking work and rewrite it for your fucking thinking you're improving someone else's work because it wouldn't have been good already if it needed improvement.
Well, that's the thing. That's why you see everybody making all these remakes of all these shows, and movies that are 30 and 40 years from before, and it's just like, why are they messing with this? Leave this alone.
The
Like,
problem when you change something up, you changing the whole dynamic of the fucking story up. You can't do that. There was a whole reason things were put in place. It goes back to the discussion you and me had a couple weeks ago about Tom Sawyer. You take out all the lewd words, you're losing the whole reason why Jim was the way he was. And it goes back to that.
yeah, it's all context, bro. It's all part
Yeah.
of a bigger picture. It's not just one little. You can't just take snippets out of this and that, and then be like, "This was bad."
Yeah, and
Or
that's
this,
what happens with the remakes. Like I refuse to watch the what was it, the live version of The Lion King.
no, I never
I
watched that.
refuse to watch that.
I wouldn't. I wasn't
I
gonna
heard
watch
they
that
changed
either.
all kinds of shit. Like they didn't even have Scar's "Be Prepared" song. I mean, it's like,
What?
yeah,
Really?
and it's not even original people's voices. It's all new people, and it's like, well, there was a reason why all those people were cast the way they were because of their personalities, not for who they were. I mean, Zazu, he was Rowan Atkinson. I mean, no one could have did that better than Rowan Atkinson. Uh, James Earl, of course, they had James Earl Jones, Mufasa, but
Yeah.
still, that voice wasn't as powerful as it was in 1992 or 1993.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's the
we
other thing
put
too
that.
is that sometimes it takes 20 and 30 years for stuff to come back into style. I started hearing about that, like people wearing big jeans again. I'm like, what? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
God, it beats the skinny jeans.
Oh, I don't like that either. I don't like that. The skinny jeans and then they have them halfway down their ass. What the fuck is that?
I don't see how people even. How
I don't know.
comfortable in them damn things.
I don't know. Every time I see the kids with their shit like that, I yell at them. I don't yell at nobody I don't know. I yell at my kids. Like, hey, pick up your pants.
We started that shit, and we even against it now. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. Even when I was young, I didn't have my pants to hang low.
Well,
like that.
we did the 1 inch, off your box for the boxes to show, and that was about it. You said 1 inch.
Nope, my mom would kill me.
It went way beyond that.
I wore a belt.
Don't be a menace.
I was the only teenager with a belt all the time.
But yeah, because they had that famous T-shirt with Mickey Mouse, not Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny and Taz. Remember with them when they got the pants down a little bit?
Oh yeah,
that was a popular shirt, like in 91, 92.
Oh yeah, Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes is huge, bro. I think it was right around the same time Space Jam was coming out.
We made Looney Tunes cool.
Yeah. Well, Looney Tunes is always cool because we always knew not to have we didn't need a safety warning before the cartoon to not try to blow up our friend by tying him to a 6-foot rocket.
Right.
It says Acme on it.
Right.
I come move down here, I hear Acme. I'm thinking, Wile E. Coyote run this motherfucker? Oh, it's an oyster place.
We just bottle rocket
seafood.
But yeah.
Oh man, that's fucking great. I can't wait for Beetlejuice too.
Yeah,
and then of course, is there any other remake that you can think of that's come out recently that you've just been like, no?
I mean, it depends on if you want to consider this a remake. I saw the trailer for the sequel or the second part, Dune. Dune was, I know, originally a book. Then David Lynch did the movie in 1983, which I loved as a kid. I thought that was a great movie. I didn't understand it from a.
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
It took me till I was 16, 17 when I understood it. But I loved it as a kid. I loved the worms and shit, the visual.
Yeah.
But the new one they made a couple years ago is actually fucking good.
See, I didn't see the new one. I've heard about it, but I never got a chance to see it.
It's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. So they just released part 2, and this was released. Part 1 was released on the pandemic, so they could only do it on HBO Max. And so they were kind of iffy if they were even going to do part 2 because they didn't make any money with really one.
Oh yeah, Dune 2021 and Dune Part 2 2023.
Yeah, Dune, it was actually damn good. It's more detailed and more. This one takes it a little bit more seriously than the original, but
I might have to watch that.
Yeah, it wasn't the fact that the old one wasn't serious. It was just maybe the lack of special effects for something like that back then. The way the special effects were.
Holy shit, 2 hours and 35 minutes, man.
But it's a good watch though. It's a damn good watch.
I'm gonna have to put it on the list to watch when I have 3 hours to kill because it'll take me that long to watch it.
It's a little slow at times, but it's good. If you like the original Dune, you'll like this because it's a little bit more detailed.
Well, that's what's up. That's
and
what
it tells it, and it's better. You said it's long, but it can tell the story a lot better. That's why they're doing it in 2 parts.
That's cool. So it's part 2, like 3 hours long.
Yeah, you remember the original, right?
Mm-hmm.
How it was all just like him before he went to Arrakis and everything. That's what part 1's pretty much about. The second part's going to be about him getting to Arrakis and everything after that.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, it's been a while since I've rewatched it, but I remember watching it as a kid and I always liked it because the special effects were cool.
Yeah,
just like Labyrinth, that was a fucking great movie.
That was a damn good movie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like those were fun.
Dark
Crystal. Of course, that's
Jim Henson.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, I was like, that's always fun. I love Jim Henson. I'm a Muppet guy. I'm also what the hell's the boy's name that did Charlie Brown?
Charles Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz. Yeah.
Oh, those cartoons are classic, though. I mean, they were even around before our time. They started before you were ever born, you and me.
I love Snoopy, bro. Snoopy's been
Snoopy
and Charlie Brown. Always, bro. Like my mom sends me stuff every once in a while. Baron. Oh yeah, Snoopy and Woodstock.
One of my favorite Snoopy scene of all times when he went to France. And every night he would leave to go to the tavern, and he's sitting there drinking the root beer, and he's listening to the music, crying like he's getting drunk and playing foosball. It was great. And he's driving the car and shit.
He was always so dramatic, bro. He was always so dramatic. Have a beret on, little scarf.
Motherfucker driving the car with all the kids in it. Like he's the adult of the group, and they get into an argument. He's doing
And you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were too dumb to realize that we were being educated.
Mhm. I mean, the Christmas special's a fucking classic. I gotta watch that once a year.
Yeah, I like watching that. That's like with the Princess Bride for me. I love the Princess Bride. I watch that whenever it comes on. That to me is like, and then A Christmas Story, the original, not this new one that they came out with, which I heard it's pretty good. You told me it was pretty good. I still haven't watched it.
What's that?
The new A Christmas Story.
Oh, the sequel. Oh, it's fucking good, dude. Wait till
Yeah.
Christmas time. Watch the first one, and then watch. It's good, dude. They did and I'm a diehard fan of that too. The original. I have a tradition every New Year or Christmas Eve. It's the only time I watch it, and I was like nervous. And I was like, fuck, because they tried to do a sequel years ago with Daniel Stern, and
I don't know.
just didn't work.
I just heard that they did one before that was shitty, but you said this last one that they came out was
No,
like
this is a true sequel. All the people like Peter Billingsley, they were all involved with it. They wanted to make it, and it's so good because Witchcart's not even alive, and he was like a big part of the movie. Darren McFadden, the one that played the old man, he's not even in the movie, but you feel him in them. It's like you feel him, dude. You feel him in this movie. That's how good it is.
I love that. Oh man,
I mean, it's like again, he comes through. The old man comes through, and it's not even in the fucking movie. It's great, dude. It's great.
Oh man, well, this shitty weather, man, it's just funny to me that every damn week when it's supposed to do something important, I can't because it's fucking shitty raining outside. Oh my god, I'm tired of this weather.
We could segue right there for the Jazz Fest happening to New Orleans right now. Speaking of people getting wet and soaked.
Yeah, it seems like every other week. Like last weekend, it wasn't that bad. Like it rained a little bit last weekend, but it was mostly sunny. This so far today hasn't. It's been shit all day.
Have you ever gone?
Yeah, I've gone a couple of times.
Really? More than I have.
Yeah, and it wasn't like $90, $100 to get in when I went. So I don't know how long ago that was before they changed that, but I haven't gone. It's just too much. Like there's just too many people. I don't want to be around that many people. I really, really do not.
Last time I went there was 1985.
Jesus. Yeah, it wasn't 1985. I went with
it was.
Yeah, things have probably changed a lot since 1985. I'm pretty sure it was a lot cheaper to get in there.
Just something I wasn't really ever cared to go to. It's like, you've been to one, you've been to them all.
Well, look, when I first moved down here, I wanted to see all that stuff. So I wanted to go, and I've always heard of Jazz Fest. You said because you'd hear it on the news wherever you lived. You would hear about there's this big festival that's in New Orleans. It's called Jazz Fest, and it's like, well, sounds about right. That's a great place for it to be. Home of the blues.
If it was in like
home of jazz. If
it was like April more, it'd be better because it wouldn't be as hot. But
technically, it wasn't in April.
But because
last weekend was April.
Yeah, well, because of the racetrack, they got a certain window they got to wait by because they got to wait for racing season to be over.
Yep,
and that's what sucks.
And wasn't the Kentucky Derby today too?
Yeah.
I don't know who won. I don't care.
Yeah, because I had to check in with Ski Woo because he always asking me about my picks, but I didn't hear from him. I was like, You need me to pick something for you? He's like, No. I gave my picks anyway. And one of the one I picked won.
There you go.
But he was the favorite, so it was like,
not very much money at all.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't bet. Usually, I haven't bet in years, but I still like picking them. I'm good at it.
That's good. It's got to go take another trip to Vegas.
Well, dude, I was going to racetracks ever since I was little. My dad would take me, dude. My dad was one of them guys looking at the program.
I remember you told me about that. Yeah.
And he would sit there and I'm sitting there talking to these old fucking men, teaching me how to read forms and programs and shit like that.
Tell you what odds are good and what odds are bad.
Mm-hmm. And they would teach me how to read like all these little fucking numbers I knew nothing about. And it's like, this is what this means and this is what this means. I'm like, oh. And yeah. And then I taught it to my daughter and she got even better than me.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Pass it on for the next generation.
Hell, I even watched that bitch burn to the ground. The fairgrounds. Because in 94, it caught on fire and it burnt like complete. The whole fucking thing was on fire. So me, John and another friend, we got in his Geo Tracker, went bought some 40s, and we climbed that big fence and sat on the fence, and we're just sitting there drinking, watching this bitch burn. And we could feel it from where we were.
The Geo Tracker. Wow.
Yeah, with the Geo,
Yeah,
blue
kids,
Geo Tracker.
go look up what a Geo Tracker was. And everybody had a friend in the 90s that had a Geo
Tracker. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
cool
they had a rag
buds,
top.
man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were cool. And their friend would jump out and they would have a neon colored, some sort of pastel jumpsuit / windbreaker.
Shout out to DJ Resin or Rude Boy Resin. That's my partner who owned the fucking Geo Tracker. If he ever listens, he'll know who he is. He'd be like, oh shit. Yeah, he's a big DJ down here, bro. My boy.
That's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, we had some times. Yeah, go watch a fucking building burn down to the ground.
That doesn't sound like that sounds like fun, but I don't know if I feel like doing that now.
We were yelling, yeah, they're gonna build a casino here. Because this is before any of the casinos came to the town. And we were all yelling, yeah, they're gonna build a casino here. It was all purposely.
Casino wasn't built there, they just rebuilt it, huh?
Nope. Actually, a casino was built there. It was just put inside.
That's funny.
It was a small one, but one did get put there. They didn't need it no more there. They had the riverboats at that point.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Oh, man. I don't know about you, man, but I'm just beat. This week's been killing me all week. Bunch of basketball, a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, we'll start wrapping it up. Yeah, because fuck, believe it or not, I got to do another one.
Yeah, I know. That's I just saw what time it was, and I was like, oh man, you're gonna need to
doing that one with Teppin. So it may be like, yeah, maybe a while with that one. Because Teppin gonna get all fucking technical and shit. He's gonna start telling me the plans, the details of the Starship Enterprise and how that fucking works, and the warp core engine and.
That's ridiculous, bro.
So yeah, I'm getting an education tonight.
Well, you asked for it.
Well, yeah, I got to, bro. I got to pay respect to the season of Picard. I've never reviewed a show before, but I'm going to do it. I got to. It deserves it.
Go for it. I'll listen to it when it comes out.
But we'll go ahead and do our shout outs. Shout out to Mojo and Dirk. Most Dastardly Adventures, I think it is this week. It changed again. I'd have to go back. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Go back. Mojo, City, Dirks. I don't know. But I love them. Good guys. Actually, they're on YouTube now.
That's what's up.
Yeah, they dropped their show last week. I checked it out. Gave them a like. Go subscribe to their channel.
Yeah, it's the Mo Dirk City Podcast.
There you go. The Mo Dirk City Podcast. Bless you guys. Of course, then we got the guys from the Break the Apocalypse podcast. You know them as John Draper, B. Show Brian, and the great Shaheen. And of course, from Wrestling Soup, Joey Numbers and Missionary Thomas with our good friend Kevin Castle. All right, I think that's about it, right?
I think so. I think you got everybody.
Good. Oh, I gotta I gotta keep a promise. And hey, it's kind of nerdy. But guy, I go to the Chevron every morning, right? And I'm real good friends with the owner. And he reason I'm doing this, he did a good favor. The Slim Jim things with Macho Man? You ever seen like the little display?
Oh, yeah. Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Yeah, they can only get them because for displays, right? And he promised another guy, and I'm like, oh man, you my boy. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Well, this motherfucker ordered a whole nother one. He had to order a whole thing of Slim Jim to get it in. And he ordered one just to give it to me in the box. I'm like, oh, bro, I gotta shout you out.
Oh, that's what's up.
So Ty, that's for my boy Ty at the Chevron. That one's for you, my friend.
Chevron where? Give them their location and their address. Come on. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
Ty. Ty is well known in this motherfucking town. Trust me.
Yeah. If you're in Chalmette, go check them out.
Yeah, don't ever go try to rob that fucking store because you're gonna have a bunch of pissed off rednecks with guns. Yeah. They're very protective of this Vietnamese man. I promise you. Do not go over there and fuck with this man.
Yeah, there's
your ass fucking beat.
There's a lady like that up the block over here in River Ridge. We go to her all the time.
I ran for parish president. He probably has a chance. He probably does.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't have anybody to take care of the Chevron, so he couldn't do all that because he needs to be there.
But yeah, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, check us out on Facebook at the Bayou Geeks. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, that's definitely, we need to get up these users, man. We only got a couple. Our views went down, but I think I know why. I think it was that Dr. Dre video fucked everything up.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They limited it. Yeah, when I uploaded, it's like, oh, you're going to be limited. I'm like, I think I played too much of the clip, so I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I
Just put 2 to 3 seconds of whatever you're putting in. That's
yeah. I know definitely the last one on. I just got to figure out the rest of it. I try to go by what we do that week, and like if something like a saying or some shit like that, the end is pretty obvious. But check me out on Twitter. I'm Chris Phatty316 Castro, I think, on Twitter. Say hello.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter. Don't look for me on Facebook. You might find me on Instagram. Who knows?
Yeah, that was in Gary's contract. He cannot get on Twitter. That's not his. That's not his war. We don't want to.
No, I don't need that smoke.
No, I got you, bro. I told you, I'll take the heat. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck?
All right, Sean.
Come after me, cancel me. Who cares?
Yeah.
But all right, let's get on out of here. All right, Gary. Next week, my friend.
Next week, it's your boy, Maximus G420. Remember, y'all, download, subscribe, rate, and review. Tell your friends, tell your mom and them.
Yeah. And tell your daddy too.
Yeah, if he's around. He went to go get some milk. He should be back soon.
Well, mine, we got cigarettes that never came back.
All right, bro. Be good.
All right, later.